It's Michelle Flood, and I'm with eXp Realty. And I just like to go live occasionally. I'm trying to do little tips every single day to give you guys, a little insight into the real estate market and what's going on. So today I'm going to give you 18 reasons to work with a real estate agent. Um, Showings are the first and foremost thing if you're a person that has your home on the market. Uh, we adhere to COVID protocols, although those are starting to become less important, but we want to make safety a priority. So we make sure that that is taken care of. So if you're uncomfortable or you want people to wear masks or not touch anything or gloves or whatever, that's what we're there to make sure happens. So we curate also. We assist in curating listings and available homes and schedules, viewing appointments, both virtual and physical, because in today's market, most people are start their home buying process on the internet. So virtual showings happen all the time. The last listing that I had that I sold, not just getting ready to close on it, we had agents that literally came in and they didn't bring their clients with them. They videotaped everything and uploaded it and took pictures, and so more and more virtual showings were happening, especially during the time of COVID and when the market was as hot as it was. It is a little bit slowing down. I talked to my lender this morning, and indeed, she is less busy than she has been in a while. And she says that it is starting to slow down just a tiny bit, so she's being able to catch her breath. So it kind of makes me feel happy because that means that prices aren't going to be outrageous. I might be able to get some concessions from sellers in the near future for my buyers who need them. Probably 90% of people go FHA and try to get closing costs from sellers, and that just wasn't happening in this market. The same for VA loans. So it's kind of nice to see it on a little bit of a downswing and where it will kind of level out, and so will prices. Interest rates will probably go up, but you got to give to get. We list your home in the MLS and in other listing portals and public publications. So my company is really heavy in the internet marketing, and they take our stuff and put it everywhere. So your home will be in front of the people that it needs to be in front of. You will have access if you are on my website, or if I put you into the actual multiple listing system, to see what your competition is, what's happening in your neighborhood, or maybe look at neighborhoods and figure out where you want to live. All of that happens in the MLS and in other places. I even have my own website that you can go to and log in and register there as well. So access, I coordinate and provide access to the homes with all the features you want. So if you're looking to buy something, when I go in and make a search for you, or we put the information in about your home, other agents put in searches for their people, and we use keywords and key terms and things that are important. So if you're my buyer, when I send you stuff, it's going to be pertinent to what you're looking at. I will market your property, like I said earlier, through the social media, video networking, and pitch sessions with other realtors. In the Sarasota board that I belong to, it's really kind of cool because we actually take trolleys and tour the listings that are happening in our area. So you can get your listing signed up if that's something you're comfortable with at this point in the COVID journey that we're on. But that will happen, and we have once a month meetings where we get together outside of the business place and get to know each other and pitch our listings to each other. So we're always networking and trying to do what's best for our buyers and our sellers. We negotiate the terms and sales of purchases, and including repairs or concessions. So, I sold a house in Orlando a year or so ago, and it needed a new roof. And we negotiated that into the sale of the property. So if anybody came in there, we put right in the listing agreement that we would hold out the 20 grand that we needed from the sale of the property on the seller side, so that whoever bought it could start construction on the roof the minute they closed, because we knew it needed a roof. Those are things that we can negotiate for you. We give guidance on how to accurately price your home. It's really important to hit that sweet spot to be right in the mid price range or just maybe a little bit higher than that so that when people come in and start negotiating with you, you have a place to start. It hasn't been that important recently because we've been in a complete seller's market. But today, when I was looking for property for a buyer that I have, there was things that were on the market for 14 days, and that's new. Usually, stuff would come on the market. When I listed the last house that I did, I put it in the MLS, and 15 minutes later, I'm not even exaggerating, people were calling. And I had 22 showings in 2 days, and the house was under contract in 7. I had a buyer that I was working with at the same time, and we put an offer on the house, and it had 119 offers on it. That's why I'm sort of glad we're ending up in the place that we are. Um, I provide market research on neighborhoods and local amenities and applicable HOA or CDD governance structures. So, do you want to live in a homeowners association? Do you even know what a CDD is? If you need answers to questions like that, you should hit me up so that I can explain to you the pros and cons of living in those kinds of communities. I personally don't want to live in a CDD, and I don't want to live in an HOA. A CDD fee goes on forever and it's paid through your property taxes. I mean, some people really like it, and that's great for them. But for me personally, I like to have a little land and be in a place where I am kind of able to, as I get old, and decide I want to paint my house hot pink. No one's going to give me a hard time about it. No, I really wouldn't paint my house hot pink, but that's what I'm saying. So I coordinate with the closers and the lenders and the title company and the customers in all parties of the transaction. So if I have a seller, I'm following up with the buyer's agent to make sure that everything is happening in a timely fashion. Calendar dates are very important in the contract, so your inspections and stuff have to come off in that timely manner or you're out of contract. It's really not a good idea to have to add addendums to a contract or add days to something. So I try really hard to make my closing dates really hit that nice comfortable spread of time where if that we close earlier, it's no big deal. So we're not having to throw extra days on at the end because being out of contract could mean you don't have the sale. So it's really important to the sellers, and sometimes it's really important to the buyer as well. That, I mean, you would think it would be important that all the things come off in a timely fashion. I pre-qualify the prospects mostly because I want to make sure that they can actually come in and buy your house. You don't want tire kickers coming in, but also to protect you as the seller from people just maybe having unscrupulous ideas about what they're doing when they walk through your house. It's really important to have a real estate agent to explain to you what you need to do to get ready for showings and what you should and should not say to a potential buyer that's walking through your property. So all of that is stuff that a real estate agent should be doing for you. Open houses, if you want one, we can do them. We can do them live, and we can do them as a virtual open house. Either way, it works, and some people like them and some people don't. And I have opinions about that I'm not going to share here right now because I'm not trying to take up your whole day with this video. But if you want to know, you can contact me on my Facebook page, or you can private message me. I'll also include on this video my phone number and my website so you can contact me that way as well. Inspections, those are so important. So I'll be coordinating with the buyer's agent, or as the buyer's agent myself, be making those appointments for you to make sure that all your inspections come out on time and that you get things done that you need done. Here in Florida, the 4-point and wind mitigation inspection is really super important because it will help with your insurance costs. It will bring them down. The smarter the home, the lower your insurance costs. So, and the newer the stuff is, the newer the roof is, the hurricane resistant garage door. If the way your doors open and close, believe it or not, your front door should open out and not in because of our winds and stuff that we get during this month, which is hurricane season. So those are really important, and it makes sure that those all go off without a hitch. I help you to understand what the consequences or or the findings are in those inspections, and help you to decide whether or not you need more information and you might want to hire somebody else to come in and do that. Maybe walk the roof or check the air condition, whatever it is. I help you decide if that's prudent enough, because if the inspection is bad, you don't really have to close because you're not sure the house is the one for you. So I also assist and coordinate and deliver contracts to sellers and buyers. So I'm making sure that if I'm the buyer's agent, I'm writing the offer up, and I'm making sure that it has a time for acceptance, and that everybody has copies of all the signed documents that we do. If I'm the seller's agent, I'm making sure that all that's coming to me correctly. I'm making sure that I'm getting their proof of funds or their pre-qualification loan letter saying that they are able to purchase your home. So that's a really important thing that has to happen. And when you have to keep that up. That's part of like the timely thing that's happening with your contract. Walkthroughs, that the final walkthrough. So at the end of the contract, usually on the day of closing, the buyer goes through the home that they've purchased to make sure that everything was the way it was when they saw it the first time. And it's the buyer's agent's job to be there and do that walkthrough with them to make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be, and that everything is done in a upfront and on board, above board fashion. And I offer support before, during, and after the closing. I closed a place in January, and I'm still trying to help these people with their title issues. Sometimes things go a little crazy, and so we're here to help you. Whenever you think of your real estate agent, it shouldn't just be about buying and selling. It should be about finding you an insurance agent, or finding somebody that can do your roof, or somebody that will put a pool in for you, or whatever your home needs. You should be thinking of the agent that helped you sell that property or list that property to get you the right support that you need. We know all these people. We meet them through our boards and in our business because we need them to do certain things for us during the life of the contract or the listing agreement. So that's what we do. We know people. We meet people and we know things. And then the code of ethics. We really have a code of ethics that we have to do continuing education on every 2 years to make sure that we treat you fairly and that you are being dealt with honestly and with integrity. And that's why you really kind of want to have a real estate agent. So hit me up if you would like to sell your home, or if you're looking to buy one, or if you want some information. I work the Manatee area, Bradenton, Sarasota, all the way up into North Pasco County, just to the Spring Hill border. I would love to help you. My name is Michelle, and I work with eXp Realty. Have a good day.